January has been a crazy month for the hobby. Fanatics acquire tops, the NFL postseason is in full effect, and we continue to see record-breaking sales. So looking forward at 2022, what areas of the collectibles market provide the best opportunities to capitalize on? What's up, guys? It's Frank from Trove, and welcome to the Collectible Breakdown, where we sit down with you guys to talk about all the top items that we are looking at on the collectible platform. If we look at the collectibles market as a whole right now, the items that are appreciating the most are the super high-end pieces that only a few people can get their hands on. Luckily, through fractional ownership and using the collectible platform, it allows all of us to be able to buy fractional shares of these items for all of us to be able to have exposure to them. Back a few years ago, if you wanted to invest in the 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle card, you would have had to have forked up thousands of dollars just to be able to get the card in a super low condition copy. Now, through fractional and being able to invest on the Collectable app, for $10, you can now directly invest in the greatest baseball card of all time. So given the current state of the hobby and where we are in the calendar with the basketball and the football season, I want to talk to you guys today about the top 3 items I am looking at on the platform. So first, let's take a look at the basketball card market. The team in the NBA right now that's getting hated on the most, that's getting the most negative media attention, has to be the Los Angeles Lakers. And even though LeBron is putting up all-time great numbers at the age of 37 years old, he's having his highest scoring season that we've seen in over a decade, we're still continuing to see a lot of negative sentiment around this team, and it's really impacting the card prices of him and some of his teammates. And at the end of the day, if we're looking at this NBA postseason, if LeBron James and Anthony Davis are healthy, they are going to be the center of discussion, and I believe that's going to have positive impacts on the card market. But when I look at LeBron as an investment, similar to how I think of someone like Tom Brady, I'm not so worried about what happens in the short term. And yes, it would be great if he won another championship or two. But at the exact same time, I'm more so worried about the long term because I see LeBron having years ahead of him, and he has a lot of things that he's still going to accomplish, which is going to be really good for his market. Back in December, Steph Curry broke the all-time three-point record, and it was huge for his card market. So looking at LeBron, when I'm looking over the next few years, what are things that could positively impact his card market? Well, number one, it could be him winning another championship. But number two, which I think is going to be really huge and what everybody's going to talk about for months, is the fact that he is going to pass Kareem as the all-time leading scorer. It might happen at the end of next season, the beginning of the following season, but at the end of the day, if LeBron keeps looking how he is right now, scoring over 28 points per game, he has a few years left in him, and he will be the all-time leading scorer in the NBA. When I look at the ultra-modern basketball card market and I see guys like Anthony Edwards, it's Gold Prism rookie card selling for $180,000, that's huge for the market. It's great to see money coming at the young players and tons of excitement. But at the exact same time, that just continues to prove to me that there are underappreciated LeBron cards. So a basketball card I'm looking at is LeBron's 2004 exquisite dual logo man autograph with Carmelo Anthony. Back in 2021, we saw this card IPO for over $1 million. Today, the market cap is currently sitting at roughly $630,000, which I think is a mistake. And this card is really special for a couple reasons. First, 2004 was the first year of Exquisite where LeBron had an autographed logo man. 2003, LeBron's rookie year, was the first year of the product, and there were only 3 logo mans in the entire set. LeBron had one with Jordan, LeBron had one with Kobe, and there was a Kobe and Jordan one. These are 3 of the all-time hobby grails. But in 2004, Exquisite and Upper Deck decided to expand the logo man checklist. They had dual logo mans, they also had triple logo mans, and the dual logo mans were autographed. So in this set, LeBron only had 3 logo man autograph cards the first year that we ever saw it with him. He had one with Jordan, one with Kobe, and this one right here with Carmelo Anthony, who at the time was viewed as the best player coming up in the NBA with him. So this right here is the first set that LeBron had autographed logo man cards from Exquisite, which makes it a really important piece of hobby history. And I understand Carmelo Anthony is not a GOAT, but he is a top 10 scorer of all time. I think it's cool that he's playing with LeBron and the Lakers right now. This card isn't as valuable as the one with Jordan or the one with Kobe, but those are multi-million-dollar cards. So to be able to buy into this piece with a market cap of $630,000, under $6 per share, I really like it. People love logo man cards right now. We have Flawless Basketball releasing in the next few weeks. Everybody gets really excited about those game-worn logo mans. Well, this card is a game-worn logo man of both players. I'm a huge fan of logo mans. These are one-of-one cards. It has the most visually appealing patch. Collectors love them, so when we're looking long term, I think this is a really good play. Next, let's take a look at Jason Tatum's card market because I believe he's undervalued right now. If we look at Anthony Edwards, his Gold Prism rookie card number 10 just sold for $180,000. The Celtics haven't gotten off to a great start this season, and it's unknown if Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are going to be able to coexist long term, but Tatum's still a 23-year-old rising superstar averaging over 25 points per game. Just because everybody isn't talking about Jason Tatum right now doesn't mean they won't be in a couple years. And it would be very silly to overlook him in general. On the Collectable platform, they have his flawless RPA number to 5, game-worn patch. This card had a buyout offer right when the season was starting for $55,000. This card is now down to a market cap of $37,000. If I'm looking at Jason Tatum right now, I'm looking at a guy who over the next 5 to 10 years is going to be one of the best scorers in the game. And I think buying him on a discount while everybody else is buying RPAs of the other young basketball players could be a sneaky good play. In general, I like the play of flawless versus national treasures. We continue to see national treasures sell for a premium. In many instances, you could be buying flawless RPAs for 30 to 50% of the price, and I think that makes a lot of sense right now. And lastly, after talking about the basketball card market, we have to talk about football because it's going absolutely crazy right now. If we look at Joe Burrow, his Gold Prism rookie card number to 10 in a PSA 9, it sold for $15,000 back in September when the season started. Now, this card most recently sold for $45,000 with Joe Burrow about to head to the AFC Championship game. But I don't want to look at ultra modern football cards right now because we've been seeing that stuff perform really well recently. What I want to look at is the Gameworn Jersey side of things. And on top of that, I want to be looking at GOATs. On the Collectable app, they have a basket with a market cap under $33,000 that includes a Gameworn jersey of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, and Dan Marino. I believe that this is incredible. It's a museum level piece, and you could get exposure to these 3 jerseys for just $6.50 a share. The Peyton Manning jersey was worn back in 2013 against the New England Patriots. He wore this when he was playing for the Broncos. Looking at the Brett Favre jersey, he wore this on Thanksgiving Day back in 2003. He also autographed the jersey. Looking at the Dan Marino jersey, he wore this in the 1984 season. And the season this jersey was from was the only year that Dan Marino ever made the Super Bowl. So it's super important for his legacy. We're looking at 3 game-worn jerseys of top 10 quarterbacks of all time. And as we continue to see the collectible space develop, I believe these are going to be the types of items that people become more attentive to. Back in early 2020, we saw a lot of collectors enter the space and they were looking at base cards and basic refractors because they were easy to understand and to jump in. And now over the last 18 months, we've seen a lot more people looking at RPAs and short print inserts and autographs. And that's why that area of the market has taken off. But I think the collecting world is much bigger than just sports cards. If people are willing to pay 6 figures for patch autograph cards, why wouldn't they be looking to buy game-worn jerseys, where if you take one of these jerseys, you could cut it up and have tons of incredible patches? And I think as we see the ticket market take off right now, it's proving exactly this point, that when collectors are becoming introduced to different areas of the market, they really enjoy it, because at the end of the day, all of us are sports fanatics, and we're trying to acquire pieces of history that directly tie to our favorite players and teams. If we look at a lot of the top athletes of all time, their key rookie cards may be up 10x over the last 36 months. But if we're looking at their autographs or a jersey they wore or a pair of shoes they wore in a game, that side of the market, that piece may only be up 2x in price or 3x in price, where we're obviously seeing appreciation, but it's nowhere close to the level of the sports card market. I believe as high-end sports cards continue to appreciate in price, people are going to have to look elsewhere to be able to find other items that they can afford. And instead of just looking at cheaper sports cards, I think a lot more people are going to be looking at game-used memorabilia, which is really smart. We appreciate you guys checking out this episode of the Collectible Breakdown. Make sure you guys go download the Collectible app. This is where you're going to be able to buy and trade shares of all these insane pieces, and we will be back next week to tell you the story behind why Tom Brady's rookie debut ticket is so special.